there, Master. Undead warriors.
Hello everybody, and I'm here with another video after about a month of not uploading videos. Just wanted to show you guys a little bit of what I've been doing with all that time. Haven't really been playing EverQuest. For those of you who watch my videos primarily for my EverQuest footage, I will be getting back to that pretty soon. It's just lately I've been playing a lot of Dragon's Dogma. And I just wanted to put up some footage about that. Show you guys one of the boss battles, because it's really the selling point of this game. So anyways, I play as an assassin, and my pawn is, his name is Emrys, or Emrys, and he's a sorcerer. And for those of you who have never played Dragon's Dogma before, basically your pawn is your sidekick that you get to make, which is pretty cool. I can't think of very many games that actually let you create your own teammate. But I'm in post-game, and I'm in a place called the Everfall, and it's basically just this big ol' labyrinth of dungeons, and you can go around and kill a whole bunch of bosses. But this boss is one of the Archydra. This boss is one of the bigger bosses that you fight in the Everfall. It's weak against fire, which works out pretty well because my sorcerer more or less specializes in fire. He's wearing a ring that increases his effectiveness of fire spells. And my approach to this boss was to switch between sniping and climbing on the Hydra and cutting off its head. In this game you can have up to 4 party members, you included. You have you, your main pawn, and 2 other pawns if you want them. I opted to just bring my own pawn because I felt that we could take it. One of the coolest things about combat in this game is you can climb things. And it adds a whole layer of epicness, in my opinion, to be able to climb and deal serious damage on them that way. But you'll see my pawn go down quite a lot. And, well, he's a caster, which means that he's squishy. And he should technically stay farther back. I'm not really familiar with magic range, how far back you can be from a enemy and still cast on them. But he has a tendency to just kind of stand right in front of it. And when he's casting, he has to stay relatively still, which can make it kind of tricky. whenever enemies have really fast-moving attacks, like this thing does. Makes it to where he's a little more likely to be hit. So I have to go help him a lot. Of course, when I had him as a medicant inclination, that was my initial inclination for him. When I had him as medicant, I didn't have really as many problems with him going down, because he had a tendency to stay away from the enemies. But I've changed his inclination since then. I switched it to utilitarian, because if you have a sorcerer that's utilitarian and you recruit another sorcerer that's utilitarian, and they have at least some spells that are the same, they'll actually work together casting their spells, and it makes their spells more powerful and quicker to cast, and I wanted that for him. Well, it's really more for me than for him. So I went ahead and just changed his inclination to be able to accommodate that. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Dragon's Dogma lately. At this point I've sunk in about 100 hours, and I haven't even beat it yet. I mean, I could technically beat it at any time that I want. I've just been messing around with endgame dungeons and trying to get some sweet loots and stuff. I've been quite pleased with this game. Went into it not expecting to like it as much as I did. The game's not really strong with story, but it makes up for that with the combat. Like, it makes up for that in a big way with the combat. Combat is seriously one of the best I've seen in an RPG. It's kind of funny because when I got this game, I mistook it for Kingdoms of Amalur. Like, I thought that the combat was going to be like that. I never actually played Kingdoms of Amalur, but I'm interested in playing it. And I mistook the combat for that game for the combat in this one. I thought that it was going to be the same. I don't think it is the same, but I mistook it for the same. But no, I don't regret getting in this game and playing it at all. Like, this combat system is great. That's really all I can really say. I don't have enough ways to praise the combat system in this game. It's pretty awesome, in my opinion. So even though it was a mistake, it was a good mistake. Still want to check out Kingdoms of Amalur someday. But until then, yeah, I really enjoyed this game. And I would recommend people play it. I mean, it has some things about it that might be a turn-off to certain players. Like, the game doesn't really hold your hand as much as many other modern games do. There's no big shining arrows telling you where to go or anything like that, and quests aren't always straightforward. And you don't start out with a complete map, you have to explore. And then the map becomes visible the more that you do explore, so the map is dependent on how much you explore. Which I personally don't mind, I kind of like that. But yeah, I sunk a lot of time into it and enjoyed it. For anybody who watches my EverQuest videos. Like I said, I'll be getting back to that pretty soon. Been wanting to play. I did say that I was gonna get something on my druid. So I'll still be doing that sometime in the future. And I'll probably be getting some wizard footage too. Like I said, she's pretty close to getting a level. She's halfway to 24, which means new spells, so I'll be doing that pretty soon. As far as this game goes, I did get some more footage. I got some footage of me taking on the Ore Dragon, the offline version, for the first time. And I'll be uploading that pretty shortly. And then, sometime down the line, I'm going to get some footage of me taking on the online version of the Ore Dragon. But this is mainly the game that I've been playing for the past month. Haven't even been playing Resident Evil. But I kinda need a change of pace. Like maybe not play this game as much, because I am gonna play this game again with a New Game Plus file when I finally decide to beat it. Yesterday I played The Sims 4 again after like over a year. I haven't decided whether or not I'm ever gonna do footage for that one. I don't have any of the expansion packs or anything, I just have the base game. And I actually had fun when I played it yesterday. There are so many games to play though, so little time to do it. So I've been having to pick and choose what to play, and sometimes I end up not really playing a whole lot of games because I just can't decide what I want to play. Yeah, but as you can see here, the Hydra, pretty much, well, the Archydra, which is a Hydra, it follows the, the same method as, the Greek mythology monster, where you cut off the heads and another grows in its place. If you cauterize the severed off head with fire, it takes longer for the head to grow back. But in my case, I kinda would have to rely on my pawns to... I would have to rely on my pawns to... and right here I beat it, but... Yeah, I would have to rely on my pawns in order to cauterize the severed heads. And they're not always the most reliable things to rely on. I currently don't have fire affinity on my sorcerer. I switched it out for Holy Affinity because it's just a little more practical in post-game. I used to have Fire Affinity all the time with him, and it would have worked better for this particular boss, but I didn't feel like going back and resetting his skills. But anyway, yeah, that was Dragon's Dogma. Thanks for watching.